Rich Trani with TMC here. We're at Wearable Tech Expo 2014 at the Jacob Javits Center. And on our program is Peter Karofsky. He's with Transbeam. Peter, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the show. Pleased to be here.
So I thought we'd start at the top by introducing your company in case someone may not be familiar with it.
Okay, thank you. Well, we are a New York-based IT company. We started in 1996 as an ISP, and since then we have grown a nationwide MPLS, VPLS network, and now we're providing nationwide data, voice, and IT support services across the country.
Excellent. Now, is it 100% your network, or some owned by you, some leased? How does that work?
100% our network on the core, and just like most telecom companies, we source loops, last mile circuits from the incumbents or from cable companies or various other telecom providers.
So there's been a lot of change over the last couple of decades. I'm just curious if you could walk us through some of the biggest changes between when you started and now.
Well, the biggest change is that we're migrating completely over to Ethernet and to IP and to higher bandwidth circuits. So the days of the T1s are gone. Now everybody is buying 50, 100 gig circuits, and now the networks are getting bigger and bigger. And so the demands for companies like us is increasing because the engineering requirements are growing. Engineering a more complex networks with failover and what have you are in demand.
Excellent. So if I'm watching this right now and I may be a potential customer, how would I know? In other words, maybe tell me a little bit about how you help your customers.
Well, the biggest element is interfacing with the customer and understanding their requirements, understanding their current infrastructure. Price is not the only factor when it comes to determining what's the right solution for a potential customer. You really need to right-size the network, not just because most people, just like with PCs or telephone equipment, every 3 or 5 years the requirements change, and you should really change your network or upgrade your network, and that's what we're doing. We're spending time with the customer to understand their requirements, making sure they have the right solution, and to right-size it, if you will. May they have the right technology in place, the right circuits, the right configuration, and also the failover options. I think in these days, business continuity and failover are critical.
I would say especially, not that it's not important for every company, but being in New York, I imagine that's a really big concern.
Yes. You cannot turn on the television these days without seeing some kind of a natural disaster or Hurricane Sandy or a tornado. So most companies are concern about disaster recovery and business continuity. So that's why hosted solutions, cloud solutions are becoming increasingly popular, because people want to be able to maintain business no matter what the circumstances are. Whether you have network connectivity or not, being able to continue operations is critical.
Are there any future things you can talk about in terms of what your company might be doing?
We are constantly expanding our network. We're recently expanded further into the East, California locations, and in the Midwest, and certainly into the wireless arena. We have launched a 4G LTE wireless backup service, and we're constantly looking at various wireless options for extending the terrestrial network reach. Customers these days want flexibility and quick install times, and wireless can certainly provide you that.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much for having me.